This looks so dumb. This is a last minute change, okay? This is a very last minute change for my Halloween costume. And this probably isn't gonna stay until I figure out what I want to actually be, because I was gonna be a witch. This isn't gonna stay, okay? Welcome in, everybody. Congratulations on Forest Dank. Welcome in, Booby and Serenity. What happened to the witch? I was gonna be the witch, but the hat was kind of weird. Like, it was clipping, so a Zaywitch. Yeah, now we're a Zaywitch. Easy. Easy! This is a different kind of witch! Good morning, good afternoon. Get this bread, indeed! Wait, don't eat me. I know I look like bread, but I'm not edible. Actually, that's debatable, I suppose, if you're a cannibal or not, but... Welcome in, everybody, to the stream. Hi! Happy October, happy spooky month. I still need to get my costume ready. I should do it today. The goat, you know, I peaked last year costume, but we've very quickly fallen. Why? I found this cool book asset, but then the hat was kind of ugly. Hold on. I'm just gonna expose my thing. The hat, well, wait, it wouldn't be that. It would be hat. These. Reconnection successful, question mark. Are they still dropping? I tried fixing my VTube studio a little bit. Is it my Wi-Fi? Let me see, hold on. The bread is too much for the world to handle. The world isn't ready for me to be bread. You're on 180p? Oh no. The world just wasn't ready for me to be bread, and that's okay. I understand. I changed my Wi-Fi, so this is a little more... World ain't ready for you to what? To bread. To leave my crumbs on the world. Wait. That sounds weird. The world wasn't ready for... Wait, no, I'm not saying that. Welcome back. Welcome back. Seems much better. Good. I'm glad. I dropped the quality of my camera for VTube Studio a little bit to see if that'll help. And I closed my tabs and I closed Monster Hunter. We might have to play Ace Attorney. I wasn't anticipating that. It wasn't Bready! You're so right, Pokey! It wasn't Bready. Okay, hold on. Let me do a little couple shout-outs. Shout out at Pokey. Shout out at Bluebee. When's the next tournament you're doing, Booby? So I can go, so I can watch it. Oh no, Ace Attorney, what a shame, indeed. Ace Attorney, how tragic. Actually, I might have to turn off that heater. I turned on the heater because I thought it'd be cold, and it was cold down here, but now it's hot. Because I guess my PC is dying or something. But welcome in, everybody. I apologize for the stream scuff. Royal Rumble is next Thursday, October 10th. Let's fucking go! Squeeze will be fighting in it, right? That's how heaters work. Yeah, well... You know, I thought it was cold enough for it, but it's not. Regular Brawl... BWL shenanigans tomorrow? Okay, I see. I like the tournaments. I like watching myself win. I only won like one match though, and then I got my ass kicked, but a well-deserved ass beating. And then Caesar came in praying for Vex's downfall, but she won. Ah, you love to see it. Welcome in, everybody. World isn't ready for you to come bursting out from the oven. Breaded is what you are. Crusty is what they are. So true. Welcome in, Diabolic. That was out of control. I was crying when, I forget who it was, but you know, when they flipped off the ropes 3 times and missed. You're an absolute unit. Of course I am. Buttered and bready. Put me in. Wait, is there a bread costume in the VWL? Or the wait. I don't know the terms really, but can I be in a bread costume for your tournament? For Halloween. Oh my god, you should put people in costumes for Halloween. That'd be cute. Crusty like my Apex games. Once you reach plat, Apex ranked gets so crusty. Ooh. Ooh. Imagine playing ranked. I mean, technically with this outfit, I might as well play I Am Bread. I don't even have that game. What type of bread are you though? I'm a baguette. The kind you'd use for garlic bread. I don't know what other... Is there... like... What other loaves are in this form? This is a very baguette. I'd like to get bread. Get bread. Get bitches. Get butter. The 3 B's of life. I don't think it... I don't have I Am Bread. Isn't that a rage game? Is that even... I don't think anyone plays it anymore, but... I'll consider it. Because now that I have this bread costume that cost me a couple bucks on Etsy, we might as well. Bread and butter, but no bitches. Rise and grind. Let's get bread, indeed. I've been so, like... Ooh, you know, just undercooked lately. Why is there goat in I Am Bread? I'm just browsing the game now. Hold on. I'll share with you guys. Why is there a goat in I Am Bread? Where is it? This one. Wait, does he try to eat you? Is that what it is? I mean, honestly, I knew you were a baguette, hence why I figured out you were playing as... Huh? Who? If you're a baguette, are you now French? No. What's no one? No in French is just non, right? Or something. So you're questioning the goat but not the bread in space? That's perfectly reasonable to me, I think. Right? Oh, it's actually not that expensive. I'll just add it as my little wish list. Oh, it's a Vietnamese sandwich. Ooh. I mean, I could be. It's how, you know, it's an art, you know. Dressing up as an art. It's however you interpret it. Jamie. I normally use a baguette as its bread. I can, you know, well, I just be the stuffing of the bread though. Jamie. The sandwich puns are going crazy. Or the bread puns. This was a great decision. I was after the hat didn't work out, I had a little hat from like the trick or treat redeems and I was gonna try that, but I was like, it's not worth it. Because the books are a bit cluttery, a bit too much clutter, you know, on screen, and I get very overwhelmed when there's a lot of clutter. Even this is a bit much because it's so big. My arms stick out the sides. It's like if you put a whole fish inside a loaf of bread. It kind of works, you do be Asian. This do be true. I've been called an unofficial Asian though, because I don't know any, like, I don't know much of the culture from Caesar, believe it or not. Welcome in, Kurto. Thank you so much for the sub. 17 months. Looking respectfully. Thank you. Do you like it? Do you like what you see? A freshly baked loaf of bread. Despite what it may look like on the sides, I am indeed wearing clothes beneath this bread slice. Home slice bread slice! I am y'all's home slice bread slice. I love saying that. I suppose even bread could solve a mystery, yes? The mystery of why my PC was shitting itself earlier would be nice to know, but... Is it because it's... Oh, no, it was a Wi-Fi issue. Did you get that bread? Indeed. I got so much bread, I became the bread. You know how I don't know if your guys' parents say that, but if they're like, if you eat too much of that, you'll become it, you know? So I ate too much bread and I've turned into bread. Quite simply. Okay. We'll try Ace Attorney, and if that doesn't work, I'll just go fuck myself, I guess. I'll just go I'll just go cry or something. It's cool. That's why my parents call me a cashew. You are what you eat. Indeed. I gotta change my title because Monster Hunter didn't want to work. Ugh. Bread detective. We're not even really a detective officially. It's alright. You ever come to Los Angeles? I will do what I normally do and stuff you with Asian food since I give people food tours all the time. Couldn't come up with a good sandwich joke, but I'll keep thinking. It's okay. Everyone has beat the bread jokes into the ground. We've become breadcrumbs. Just kidding. Keep making bread puns. I love them. Are you gonna play Wilds? Yeah, I am. I'm planning on it anyways. It's coming out in 2025, I think, though. So I got plenty of time to think about it. But I'll probably try to finish Worlds, like the Iceborne DLC, and then I'll get Wild, and then I'll beat that game in like 2 days. Easy. Ready to play, indeed. Come to Afkai, we going restaurant hopping. I wish I could go to more conventions. I might next year. I told you guys my life plans, right? My life plan for the next couple years, probably. I'm gonna do bartending for a year, all right? After I graduate, and then I'm gonna go back for a chemistry degree, and then I'm gonna get a job and make a lot of money. Easy. No, I'm just kidding. Kidding, kinda. Because I don't make a lot of money. When's your UK tour? Probably once I renew my passport. Because mine expired like a couple years ago. And I haven't renewed it because I'm silly and goofy like that. Probably, I'm hoping next year sometime. Sounds like a fire plan. Indeed. Welcome in, Kinu! How you doing? Just all over some olive oil and go ham on the garlic. Cover me in oil. You know, I'm just so versatile. You know, I can become anything with as this form. Is that too loud? Oh, thank you so much for the follow. How do you want me to pronounce your name, by the way? Is it? Do you want me to call you like Olo? Olo? Caesar and I are gonna kidnap you and bring you to the good places. Caesar doesn't want anything to do with me. He's gonna file a restraining order on me before I get there. Or is that bread mean something else? What do you mean? Make sure to keep your passport handy since if you have it with you, you might just get it renewed rather than having to pay for a new one entirely. Oh yeah. I mean, apparently there's a way to do it like by mail or like online or something like that. Kinu, what does that spelling of bread mean? Do I want to know? I meant bread, not bread. Oh, okay, I see now. Yes, I see. Yes. Yes. Mm-hmm. I see. Whatever feels right. Olo. Olo? Olo. I think Olo feels right. I think. But that could just be because I'm watching Catherine the Great. I don't know if any of you have heard that show, but it's a good, occasionally true story show. And there's a character named Orlo. So, you know, honestly, I had an easier time with going to the post office and doing it there rather than doing it online. But my post office isn't that packed normally. I'm just lazy, okay? I know I have to renew it because it's important, but it's like I don't want to. I don't want to go and take time out of my day and do it, but I should because I'll have to at some point. Hold on, I'm gonna turn off my heater because I am overheating now. I am becoming burnt bread. The bread is overcooking. Oh my god, wait, I should play Overcooked as bread. I should get Milady in a bread costume. So are you French today? You're toasty? Indeed, toasty. Bread detective is on the toast. The bread detective is on the butter. I'm not French today. I don't know any French. I know some Spanish. Glass of God made bartending look really good. I need to watch that. I was talking about how I have weird like hyperfixations, weird like interests. Like one of them was collecting stuff. I collect motherboards out of like old phones and computers and stuff. And my friends are saying that it was cool, but I was like, they're like, you can actually do stuff with that, and I'm like, I just think they look cool. I wasn't planning on doing anything with them. I gotta figure out a way to display them though, you know. Francis Pormonca. I don't know what. Sorry, I don't. I'm pretty sure I butchered that, but I don't know what you're saying. French. If my college. Yes. Did you wait? Are you saying like you studied French at college? You studied French in school? You fit in with the the Jawas? Short too? What are you trying to say to me, huh? Say it in terms I understand. Yes, you got it. I'm so smart. Oh shit, I didn't even read that. Oops, hee hee. I didn't mean to click on Ace Attorney. Teehee. Look up Jawas. Okay. What the frick? Meter-tall furry humanoids native to the outer rim desert of Tatooine. This is nerd stuff. He looks like a gremlin. Have you not watched Star Wars? I haven't. I'm not a nerd like you. But I pieced that together using the Spanish I know because it's kind of similar. Estudiar, study in Spanish, I think. Unsubbed. We can't be friends anymore, I'm sorry. Unfollowed. Hey, I'm not a nerd like you guys, okay? Of course I haven't seen it. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, it hasn't interested me, you know? I'm not very into sci-fi, so. I'm sorry that you had to find out this way. So what? There's a lot of movies, there's a lot of shows, and a lot of things relating to it. And it's, I'm a nerd, you're a weeb. This is true. But, you know, it's okay to have differences. Even if, you know, it's okay to have opinions, even if yours are wrong. What in lava the weave? Hey! Nerds Unite, just watch the originals? The original movies? Aren't there like 4 movies? Are those the originals? Aren't there? Hold on, let me show you guys this. Look how many there are. What? The original trilogy? Do I not need to watch all of these? Maybe I'll watch them for my Halloween. I'll watch them for my Halloween because they're horrible. No, I'm just kidding. The original trilogy. So it's that one, probably. That one. So many. I just finished watching everything in chronological order with my GF. It took 6 months. Are you kidding me? Yeah, I didn't know that. I'll do the 3 at most. I'll do a little watch party with my friends. And I'll put spiders in the popcorn. Guys, I gotta think of things I can fill our piñata with. Because I was gonna do... oh wait, I meant to turn that one off. I'll refund you your points, but I usually have cat ears on, but you can't see them because I'm wearing a bread costume. I guess I could put them on top of the bread, maybe. I can try. I mean... what about Lord of the Rings? I might have watched the first one. What do you guys think? Do you want the cat? No, I'm just kidding. I'll take those off. I refunded you. Easy. Cat bread. Bread cat. cat loaf. I think I've seen the first Lord of the Rings with, I don't know how many there are, though. I've at least seen the first. It is good enough. You're not usually bred? Is this, like, I'm sorry to break your heart like this. I'm sorry you had to find out this way. I'm not usually bred. This is a Halloween thing. I should get... Should we keep the bread costume for Halloween? Should we keep it for October? I feel like it's a bit much, but I can probably run with it. I'll just have to think of some themed redeems relating to it. There's probably some, like... There's probably some stuff relating to it. Maybe. I was gonna be a tax collector, what was it? The IRS? I was gonna be an IRS member with a little IRS badge and sunglasses and a suit, but I couldn't find a suit! I couldn't find a good suit asset. And also, I had like a money make it rain thing that'll cause like dollar bills to flash up on screen, but it's fine. It's cool. So many ideas, not enough time. It's cool. Next year I'll probably, or maybe, well, it's not too late. I don't have to be bred the entire month of October. There's no law that says I have to. Would you guys still love me if I wasn't bred? Also, I want to change this playlist. I'm just gonna put on my streaming mix because I don't know what I feel like playing. I'm just so like, ooh, today, you know? No? The bread stays? That's crazy. I didn't know your love was conditional like this. Bread, okay. I didn't realize it was like this. You know, if you guys can't love me as I am, as not bread, then, you know, you're just haters. To put it simply. Bread stays even if we have nothing but the crumbs left. It stays, it can live on in your memory as a crumb. I'm bread, but in French. Maybe we will play I Am Bread. We can play that on the like on Halloween probably. I'm not doing anything then. Actually, wait, no, I'm gonna try to work on the 31st. I should email them about that actually. Hee. I expect to see you in the UK in a bread costume. I don't own an IRL bread costume. I imagine. Maybe I'll buy that for my Halloween costume for the party, the little party. It can be arranged. Oh, verification. Two-step verification. Ooh, nah, I don't want to do it anymore. Okay. We can take the crumbs and proceed to use it as panko and fry you up. You know, I didn't realize being a loaf of bread would be so scary. You guys are talking about like oiling me up, covering me in crumbs and frying me? Hello? What if I just want to live a nice short life of a few days, become moldy, and then get thrown in the trash where I belong? And then get eaten by rats or something like that. I'm sorry, what? They're talking about olive oiling me. Fried Zay jumpers? Bread good? This is a mistake, it seems. This is a fatal mistake. Sus, bro? What? I'm being real. They were talking about oiling me up and covering me in garlic and crazy stuff. Scary stuff as a bread. I don't know. I suppose, wait. A shorter life of being bread and being eaten in a sandwich would probably be... I'm not sure which one I would prefer. Because if you put it into a sandwich, or like if you become a sandwich, you have to be cut up, right? In some way. And then you're eaten slowly, like crows picking at you or something, right? Telling Squeeze that Chet is oiling you up. Maybe it's a privilege I'll only allow her. Hi, Improv, welcome to the stream. It'd be better to butter you up. Yeah, butter me up instead. Start complimenting me. Why is the streamer French bread? This is my costume. It's October, obviously. This is my true form. slice you in the middle and stuffing you and then slowly cutting off appendages, right? Or you can live a few days and become like hard and crusty and then get thrown away. Well, that's actually what happens to us anyways, really. Just in a shorter time span. We get thrown away in a little coffin or something, or cremated and then thrown away. Crazy. I don't know if I'm ready for this. I think I do owe you guys a rage game, I'm not gonna lie. Is I Am Bread a rage game? I think so, right? Saving this for my next OC to scar other people? I mean, you're close enough already. You already cut off someone's appendages. I'll never forgive you. Hold on, let me close some tabs so my stream doesn't shit itself because it likes to do that sometimes. Okay, well, if it goes on sale, I'll buy it because I buy all games on sale to save a couple of doubloons. It's a platformer with weird controls. And you can use a controller with it, right? I think I mostly saw people use controller with it. And I think that was the rage portion. I'm not sure. I suppose I can try. I think I do owe you guys a rage game for one of the events way back when. So many things to do, you know? I wanted to play Persona too at some point, maybe on stream. I gotta start sorting through the games and seeing which ones I want to save for stream and which ones I don't. We're not playing Toho Mistia's Izakaya today because I'm not prepared for the boss fight. So I failed it once, but I don't feel like failing it again on stream. Hehe. The rage portion depends on how good you are. Mechanically, I am lacking in all aspects of gaming. I do not have the skills for a keyboard or controller. Isn't it a management game? It's a hard game because the boss fight is so picky. It's like, you know, there's literal guides on how to beat the boss fight in that game. Hold on. I was looking at them because I failed the boss fight and then I was like, well, how the fuck am I supposed to do this? Because I did perfect. I was perfect in every aspect as far as I'm concerned. Boss fight. Here, hold on. Let me share a window again. Oop. And I'll scoop myself over. There's literal guides for how to beat the boss fight because it's hard. Look at this. Look at this. They want you to sell. I've read this briefly. I've been taking notes too about all the things that everyone likes because the first round is easy. You serve normal guests. And you're supposed to give them the most expensive food items. That take 5 ingredients to make. And then the next phase is serving all the rare guests that have like special things that they like. And that's like difficult because there's so many. I get overwhelmed by all of them. But notes there are phases? Exactly. It's harder than you'd think. And then phase 3 is the actual boss. So apparently not many people, apparently it's very difficult to get past these first 2 phases, which I did. I got past them on my first try and I made it to phase 3, but I didn't beat her at this, I guess, because they gave me the bad ending. So all recipes must require 5 ingredients, and there's like, I only have like 3 of them that do have 3 recipes that have 5 ingredients. So that's why I'm trying to get all my hearts up with all the characters so I can get more recipes. And then I'll take on the boss fight again. But for now, I do not have that, so. It's hard. It's harder than anyone would think it'd be. What would be better is that you can have it as a child that likes to make sandwiches, but out of people. That's awful. That's, wow. That's a very dark thought. A very diabolical thought. Okay. I was just checking messages because I have to do shoutcasting for Valorant tonight. Like, I have to stream it from my PC to the school's account tonight. So I was like, I don't know how that's gonna work. I'm scared. I'm scared that I'll like stream and then I'll somehow dox myself. I already doxed myself to you guys before, but I don't want to keep doing it, you know? What do you call bees that produce milk? Milky bees? Milk bees? Wait. Lactose bees? Lac bees? I have no idea. What do you call them? Also, look at the stream, Ghost Imposter. Just in time for October. Oh. Oopsie. Oh, I didn't mean to close that. Oh, shit. Okay. Don't say it. Is it inappropriate? Is it inappropriate? Should I be worried? Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. Oh, I was worried I don't have the chat up. Oh my god, I got so many things on Etsy from not just the costume stuff, but my sister's birthday. I bought stuff for one of my sister's birthdays, but I forgot the other sister's birthday, so... And it's way too... Her birthday was, like, beginning of September, the one I forgot, so... But she doesn't mind, though. I'm sure if I, like, gave her extra cash on Christmas, she'll be fine with it, but... Nuh-uh. Your lack of not saying it scares me. Hold on. Oh, wait, no, I want Stream Manager. I know how to do this. I know how to be a streamer. Family dinner will be awkward. I just won't say anything. They'll probably talk about it, but I won't say anything. Or I'll just be like, hey, you know how I forgot to give you something on your birthday? Here's $20. No, probably more than 20. What do you think is a reasonable amount of money to give for a Secret Santa thing? Because I was talking about having a Secret Santa event with my friends, but they were like, $50 is too much. I was like, 50 is too much for... Well, that's why I'm telling you, like, 2 months in advance. A couple months in advance. Yeah. It was like, that's too much. $20. I was like, I feel like that's not enough to get someone a reasonable gift. Secret Santa, maybe 20? Really? I was just gonna put a max cap on it. Like, there's gonna be no minimum amount, but $50 max, you know? By the way, hi! Welcome in, Ghost Imposter. Hi. There's no minimum amount, but there's gonna be a max so people don't spend like $100, because one of the people was like, I'm just gonna buy them whatever. I was like, but you should have a budget so you don't end up getting something super expensive and scary, you know? Like, scarily expensive. Secret Santa is about the gifts, it's about the fun of the whole process. True. I like getting people gifts in general, you know? I was gonna give my friends flowers today, but flowers kind of are dying, so I thought, probably not a good idea. But, you know, it's sad. It's mostly because I saw the thing where it said, like, guys only receive flowers in 2 days, like their funeral and something else, and I was like, oh. I'm gonna change that. I'll just get them flowers. Because I get free flowers from all the weddings I work, so I was like, I might as well give them to people, right? I don't have enough friends for that, though. For example, I secretly got my friend a can of Pringles because he loves them and he was super excited. That's cute! See, that's a cute idea. I think when I did Secret Santa, like, we followed this website so people could attach, like, their wish lists on it. Oh, maybe I'll just go back to chatting. We, used this website that told, you know, people can link up their wish list and show, like, things they're interested in. and people could buy stuff off that wish list, or they can like come up with their own stuff. So the person I bought for, I got them like a Legend of Zelda pocket knife because they like Legend of Zelda, and that was like, I forget how much it was on Etsy, maybe 30 or 40. And I got them like something else, I forget what, but another small thing. I feel like wishlist defeats the whole point of it though. But for people that like struggle to give gifts, or they don't know the person that well, I think it helps to have a reference of things that they like. Santa is supposed to be a secret? No. Just his gifts are supposed to be secret, maybe, you know? Have you never done Secret Santa improv? Oh, have you guys heard of the boo baskets actually? Like for Halloween, there's boo baskets and people would like leave candy on your doorstep and say like, you've been booed. And then you're supposed to like boo 3 other people or something like that. You leave a container of candy at their house. I think it's a cute tradition, but we haven't partaken in a while, so. Although I know where my friends live, I could do. I'm not going to. Sounds like more capitalism, indeed. It's all the same anyway, you know. If I want a bowl of candy, I just eat out of the bowl of candy I'm giving to children. You know? No, I'm just kidding. Well, I do actually do that, but my dad doesn't like to get the good candy for the kids. Because I want the good candies, but he's like, no, I'll just get this variety bag so we don't eat it all. And I'm like, but Dad, eating it all is the good part. Like, children have to go around and collect candy, but we can just, you know, eat it right out of the bowl. But whatever, it's fine. It's cool. I'm old now, you know. I could be a vampire. A vampire would be cute for Halloween. And then I can use the fake blood that I've had stored for a while. Last year I made super sour candy with normal candy for the trick. Oh, you mixed super sour candy with normal candy. Oh, wait, so is it like the same packaging or something? Like a regular Kit Kat bar, but it's somehow spicy or something like that? Ooh, that's a fun idea. Wait, that's actually a fun idea for the piñata. Because we're gonna have a Halloween party and I'm gonna get a piñata for it. I was gonna stuff it with blood for, you know, for dramatic effect for when you hit it, but I feel like that would get messy very fast. I made them take stuff blind. Oh, okay. I see. Wow, how demanding of you. No, I'm just kidding. Maybe it would be better if we just let them hunt for it. If we'd like hide it in the bushes and be like, you can go poke around the back and look for your own candy. Our actual hunting, you could just get a bunch of like mice or something and strap candy on their back and they could try to catch mice. No, I'm just kidding. They'd also catch diseases. Fun fact. Don't do that to kids. It would make a fun activity though, I feel like. So Easter? Yeah, maybe. Because then it's actually appropriate to have like rabbits or something. You can have rabbits and attach candy to them, and then people can hunt rabbits. My dad mentioned how he had a pet rabbit when he was younger. Him and his sister had a pet rabbit each, and they just kept him in like, they had him like hanging out in the backyard once in cages, and then his aunt, apparently, she loves rabbits, like she loves to cook them. So she took his and his sister's pet rabbit and cooked it. Fun fact. Sorry, that's a bit dark. Ace Attorney Chronicles. This is too traumatizing. I asked him about it. I was like, did you care? And he was like, no, but my sister did. Oops, my bread costume. I was trying to make my model smaller, but it seems like that's not happening. Okay. Okay, square up. It's Ace Attorney time. We are the bread detective. I missed what they said before, though. They said the time, probably. Okay, 9th of January, SS Beria, Pavlova's cabin. Oh my god, I can read. Somehow, the door to the cabin we were in ended up bolted after we made an emergency stop. Susacha-san took a deep breath, then gently slid back the bolt. Oh. Oh, shit. Hey. You! What are you doing in Miss Pavlova's quarters? Ah, you both look unhurt. Good. His little head tilt after— how could he look at me like that after he got beaten up for me? It's gonna break my heart. Yes, we're fine. Thank you. What on earth happened? We heard something about how we were going to collide with another ship. Yes, it appears to have been a false report, though. Oh, how did that happen? There's a dense fog outside, so it's extremely difficult to see. Someone must have thought he saw a ship ahead. This person obviously triggered the alarm, and that's why we made an emergency stop. Everything is chaos! Passengers are screaming! Crew are running everywhere! This first-class area is the only quiet part of the ship at the moment. Oh, I see. Someone triggered the alarm? Does that mean that someone pressed that button outside? Ah! You wicked intruder! Dressed all in black! You are the devil! Oh, we snuck into our cabin. Sorry, me? I smell something burning. Not game related, but I think they're burning stuff upstairs. Do I check? Do I inspect? It's bread. I know it's bread burning in the toaster, but should I check that before the alarms go off? And I'll just wait till they go off. I told my dad how to empty the toaster so it doesn't burn. So hopefully he followed that advice, but who knows? Welcome in, Jin. I don't know why my raid alerts refuse to operate, but welcome in, Jin. Welcome in, raiders. Jin raid. Thank you. Haniku, I hope I pronounced that right. Welcome in, raiders. Welcome in, Jin. Hi, everybody. I'm Zay, Cyberpunk bartender VTuber, but today I am bread. Well, for October, I am bread probably because I haven't figured out the whole Halloween costume thing. But welcome in. How was your stream? How are you doing? Let me give you a shout out. Hey, how you doing? How was your stream? Minecraft. He's burning the toast. Sorry, my dad, I told him to empty the toaster so he doesn't burn the toast in it, and he didn't listen apparently, because I can smell it very clearly that he's burning toast. But welcome in. How's your stream? Chill vibes today? Oh, good, I'm glad. Meanwhile, we're being, called a devil, and we're playing, you know, funny little Ace Attorney, and she just called me a devil for sneaking in her room, I think. I actually don't know why yet, but how have you been? I've been okay. Just busy, just heckin' busy. This bread was a last minute effort to dress up for Halloween because I wanted to be a witch, but the hat looked kind of goofy, and the floating books I bought also looked kind of goofy, so I was like, well, we could be a witch or we could be a sandwich. So I thought the bread was suiting because now I'm an idiot sandwich in a baguette suit. Do you have any plans to dress up for Halloween? I've missed kind of PNGing though, because PNGing, it's a lot easier to find assets for dressing up. Kind of. Or you just get art of you in a costume and that's it. Easy. VTubing, man, VTubing is hard and expensive, but we've been known. Pat, thank you. Well, welcome in. We're just playing funny little Ace Attorney. If you need to get water, if you need to get food, if you need to rest up because a big long stream, I understand. But of course, you're free to join us too. Sorry, me? I've been called a lot of things before, but devil is a first. You opened my traveling case. How could you? Oh shit, we didn't open that. That was open. What? No, we didn't touch it. That's right, Miss Pavlova. It was already open when we came into your cabin. Inspector! Yes? I'll be lurking, gonna grab food, have a good stream. Yeah, say, yeah, thank you so much for the raid. I appreciate it. Have good food. Yes? Arrest this man. I know he did it. He is a criminal. Is it not enough that he has killed a man? Ah, and he's a stowaway as well. If Vixen promises not to steal chicken, do you believe? Ugh. Take him away. He is a trespasser as well as everything else. Stowing away, trespassing, killing. She is right. You are a devil. That's crazy. It doesn't look good, does it? There is cell below deck. Throw him in. Tomorrow we dock in Hong Kong. Then we give you straight to police. Wait, a cell? Please, Inspector Hosonaga, is there nothing you can do? This is a Russian vessel. I really have no jurisdiction here. After my last effort to appeal to the captain's good nature, I think I'm out of options. He got beat up for us. Wait, his name tag bends with him. This is terrible. This is a real crisis. I've got to find a solution. I gotta smooth talk my way out of this. Immediately. Can I move? If I move, will they say anything? Oh my god, what if I go through the vent? Wait, hold up. Somehow don't wait for you to leave here. Worth a shot. Can I go up here? I just need to keep calm and focus on the task at hand, which is investigating. Don't touch my things! You want me to show you where crawfish hibernates? Hiya! Wait, why are you feeding on me? Mr. Uno, what do you think you're doing? Wow, everyone's attacking me, and I was just starting to think she was my friend. What did I do? Oh my god. Isn't there anyone who can help me out of this mess? Well... Oh. Would you look at that? What the? What's he investigating there? How, if that thing can hold his weight? He's always in the most interesting positions. What are you doing up there? Mr. Sholmes? Oh my god, he's wearing the tiara! The stolen tiara. Holy shit. Naturally, I was analyzing what a weight of 20,000 rubles feels like on one's head. Sherlock Sholmes coming in clutch. Is he? We'll find out. Have I not told you that as a detective, it is my business to know what other people do not? This isn't mere tomfoolery, my boy. Oh, no, no. Well, why were you hanging from that hook before then? Isn't it obvious? To properly assess the weight of the 20,000 rubles, naturally. I wish to determine if it would bend that conceited-looking hook on the wall so full of brag and bounce. Why is he gonna fight the hook? What is with him? I think he was the most loved character that they made in this game, because they killed off one of them, the one that everyone else loved, and they put a lot of work into his animations. They really liked making this man fight. I never know whether to take this man seriously or not. Ah, you again. The great detective. Ah, Inspector, I confess, I've been looking for you. I have something to report to you most urgently. Well, you might try looking for me somewhere other than a hook on the wall next time. He was hoping you'd find him in that compromising position. What is to report? Speak! An urgent report from a great detective can mean but one thing. Yes. The case of the curious murder that took place last night here on this vessel, the steamship Buria, has been solved by me, naturally. What? Really? Yes, I have eliminated all other possibilities. No other explanations exist. So, allow me to illuminate all of your minds. Oh, Zay, you're looking quite scrumptious today. Do you put on makeup? Yeah, I changed, you know, felt fancy today, so I wanted to dress up a little. Trying some French fashion, you know? Welcome in now, what though? How you doing? Let me give you a little cheeky shout out. Oh, Black Myth Wukong. Do you think that'll win Game of the Year? My friends are talking about how it might. I'm doing good, just chilling. Oh, good. We're about to crack this case wide open. Well, the traveling case has already been open, but that's besides the point. For I'm about to reveal my great detective's greatly admired great deduction to the case. That is a lot of grades. But I ain't ready. Hit me with it. Ha! You have solved it. Even Hedgehog understands this case. We all knew who was responsible for killing Student Boy this morning when we found criminal in wardrobe. It is this stowaway, and he has handcuffs to prove it. Anyone can be put in handcuffs. Watch me handcuff Mr. Sholmes to that hook. No, I'm just kidding. I didn't do it. The trouble is, there doesn't appear to be anyone else who could have killed the victim. Because, as everyone knows, the cabin door was bolted shut from the inside. It should, but I feel like the gaming media won't allow it. Really? Why? Is it because of its other competitors, or? That means the culprit must be someone who's inside the cabin. Yes, it's what's called a locked room mystery in detective stories. Duh! Locked room! That is point! DEI stuff? What do you mean? The room was locked. Well, I can't deny that. There's no way the bolt could have been drawn across from outside the cabin. You're all quite mistaken. The cabin next door is not a so-called locked room at all. What? Oh yes, there was another entrance. An entrance used last night by the culprit in order to gain access to the cabin despite the bolted door. What other entrance? We never discovered one. The vent! Why, it gape's open-mouthed at you even as we speak. You not know what's going on with the gaming industry right now? No? Is there tea that I haven't heard about? Should I be scared? Should I be concerned? Should I not be gaming? So much tea? Oh, okay. Is this like a tea time spilling thing? Okay. Is this like a sit-down tea time thing? Now you're good? Good. I can't give up games. It's not in me. Gabe's open mouth as we speak. The ventilator, man. The ventilator? He's laughing at it. You think this is funny? I cannot even put my arm through that hole. That's because your arms are as thick as tree trunks. Yeah, this guy's jacked. You're suggesting that the culprit entered and left the victim's cabin through that tiny opening? It's not possible. Ah, but it is. And last night, the victim even witnessed the intruder in the act of passing through the ventilator. Oh, you're awfully quiet. Why would you murder him? Mr. Sholmes, do you mean? It's not tea. Do you know about Sweet Baby Inc? No, I haven't. What games did they make? Mr. Sholmes, do you mean? Are you referring to the words Kazuma-sama wrote in his diary? Oh god, listen, I live under a rock, okay? The only thing oh shit, that reminds me, I forgot I got a writing commission that's due tonight, basically. Ooh, I'll figure it out. I'll write it after this. If you're free after this, I'll explain. Yeah, don't worry about it. You can DM it to me, too. 1:23 a.m. I can hear a faint whistling sound. 1:35 a.m. What looks like some sort of speckled band is dangling from the ventilator grill. I'm not typing it. Oh, I'll be an essay. Oh, okay. I'm not sure I'll be able to call it or to, like, I'm shoutcasting the Valorant game for my school tonight, so, and I gotta write that commission. Hehe. Precisely, my dear madame. Maybe tomorrow, though. I'll let you know. But what does it mean? What is this speckled band? The answer to that particular conundrum is in this very cabin. A speckled band? Oh, he's back to fighting. He's got fighting words. Mr. Sholmes, what are you doing? There's a distinct element of danger, but fear not, I am ready. Wow, look at this Giga Chad. What I am about to expose for you all to see will shock you to your cores. Behold! Huh. What the? Did you just beat up a... Wait, where'd you pull that one out? Why is it like that? Allow me to introduce you all. What the fuck? Exactly. To the band! The speckled band! A snake? Indubitably. He pulled his snake out! He's pulling his snake out! Oh my god, is it her pet? Oh my god, it killed him? Mr. Sholmes, just one thing. Pray, what troubles you? Well, that snake isn't really speckled, is it? It looks more stripy, wouldn't you say? Maybe it has a sweater, hmm? Yes, you're right. I think in this case, you'd have to call it the striped band, wouldn't you say? Wouldn't you? You both see and observe, with distinction, however. Do you not think that is precisely the trap into which the culprit wishes you to fall? Maybe it has a sweater! Oh my goodness, really? It's a trap? How exactly? I think perhaps it is time I explain the intricacies of my train of thought. Panda, welcome to the stream. How you doing? What the fuck am I looking at? Mr. Herlock Sholmes. And, well, you know, she's whatever. The most interesting thing is the snake on the guy's face, I suppose. Are you ready, Miss Pavlova? We're cracking open the case, and by we, I mean Miss Herlock Sholmes, the mystery solver. The Herlock Sholmes, I mean. I'm sorry for the young man who died, but that is all. His death has nothing to do with me. This whole thing has nothing to do with me. Are you bred? Oh, that's what you mean. Oh. You know, it just became so normal for me. I didn't realize. I didn't realize I forgot to address that. Yeah, I'm bred. I just trying some French style, you know? French fashion. I feel like I've seen this kind of mental gymnastics before. Was it with me? I'm very good at mental gymnastics. No, I'm just kidding. I see. Do you like it? Do you like my new style? It's because I wanted to be a witch. You've seen how people use baguettes as a weapon? What are you trying to imply? I wanted to be a witch, but it didn't work out because the hat didn't fit and the books were too big. The floating books were too big, so I became a different kind of witch, a sandwich. An idiot sandwich. So bread was the next move? Yes, obviously. Duh, that is the only logical conclusion. How did a witch turn into a sandwich? Duh. Witch to witch, indeed. You get it. There are two conclusions I have drawn from the facts. Number one. Last night, your friend infiltrated the victim's cabin. And number two. That same friend was responsible for the victim losing his life. Wait, that's crazy. Do you remember French fashion shows? Did use potato sacks as a display of uniqueness? There was someone who was posing with a garbage bag, so I suppose it's possible. Why'd you bonk me, huh? Because I'm an idiot? I know. You're trying to put an egg on the sandwich? It's crazy. An egg sandwich does sound good, though. Scrambled eggs, peppers, bread. Me? No. She's turned as white as a bowl of rice again. Sholmes must be right. He's hit the nail on the head. This young woman's friend killed Mr. Asoji? Oh my god, he can't speak! Oh thank god, actually, he's quite cruel when he's yelling at me. I mean, technically you're bread just trying to finish off making the breakfast sandwich. I am bread. I have a lot of potential, you know? I can become anything. Trying to add some more flavor to this meat, huh? Huh? Now what? Hello? What meat? I don't want to know. Don't answer that. It looks like he can't speak with that snake coiled around his head. Meat sandwich? Are you calling me a meat sandwich? You looking at me like a piece of meat? No, I'm just kidding. I would advise as little movement as possible, Seaman. You wouldn't want the fangs of that long friend in your neck. Is he poisonous? So, everyone, let us begin! Herlock Sholmes is proud to present his logic and reasoning spectacular! Okay. The game is afoot! Oh my god, okay, this is it. Miss Pavlova, moments ago you claimed the following. His death is nothing to do with me. This whole thing is nothing to do with me. Yet you cannot deceive yourself. Yes, when you recall those horrid events, your aching heart smarts with pain. Oh, I can't interrupt yet. Oh, we can make a cheese stick out of Zay. Stop trying to think about how you can cut me up and use me. And it is in that very pain that evidences your inextricable link to the victim's death. So, we ask, what was the nature of this intruder that stole into the victim's cabin on that portentous night? Portentous night? Why, naturally, it was the friend with which you boarded this vessel, was it not? Ah, as I suspected, another telltale glance. Without doubt, your friend is the writhing serpent we see before us. Why is she sending a questioning look as to that? Sorry, I'm too hungry to not think about it. Stop looking at me like that. You're scaring me. Although, yeah, I think I'd like to live a long life, a couple days, as a loaf of bread, become moldy, and then get thrown away into the trash to be eaten by rats. So, that is my aspiration as a loaf of bread. A little bit of butter. You're scaring me. Guys, why is he looking at me like that? And yet, that fact leaves us in a quandary. The victim's written observations on the night in question tell of a speckled band. Why are you roaring at me, bruh? You wanna go? Punch the snake, Sholmes. Whereas, regrettably, this specimen's markings do not fit that description in any way. So he must have been wearing a sweater. What explanation can we then give, pray? What was this sign that fell upon the victim's eyes last night? She just hid something behind her back. I just noticed this, but that Russian sailor's necktie looks like salmon. I'll have to look at it again.
No, don't look at me. This has nothing to do with any of this.
Oh, but it does. You have the answer to this quandary, even now, hidden behind your back. Very suspicious. Yes, that which you are trying, but failing to conceal, can only be the snake's sloughed skin. I hope I pronounced that right. Oh my god, wait, that makes sense. Evidently, after the subtle and horrible crime, this most deadly friend of yours shed its original skin. No?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Last night, through the ventilator visible in this cabin, your then speckled friend slithered next door. Using the bell cord on the other side as a bridge, the serpent silently descended into the victim's quarters. In the dim light, it appeared to the young gentleman who was about to lose his life as a speckled band. Salmon sandwich? God. He's gonna eat me. Gonna go get ready for class now. Take care, Zay. Love you, Omi. Yeah, thank you so much for dropping by, for good luck in class. I appreciate you. In summary, the nature of this friend of yours, which last night infiltrated the scene of the crime, is a rare breed of snake whose markings change each time it sloughs its skin. That's interesting. I've never heard of that. A snake so dreadful, we can only imagine it would be found in the deepest depths of India. All this talk about making Zane to something edible is actually making me hungry. I will make egg sandwich. As long as you don't use me, we're all chilling, okay? No Zay sandwiches right now. I'd like to have a nice peaceful death being eaten by rats after becoming moldy. A beloved speckled snake. How Mr. Asoji died. Damn, they might make a fine meatball sub. Not you too, Serenity. First you want to cut up Adam, and now you want to cut up me. That's crazy. Moving on, we come to the heart of the matter. The grim demise of the victim. How did this young man lose his life, and why? What's the most down bad drink you've ever had? I'm not sure what you mean by that. Like, if you're asking like alcoholic beverage, I don't drink alcohol, so any alcohol is But the worst drink I've ever had is the Pilk, the Pepsi and milk drink that I had for I forget what the occasion was, but I had to have it on the stream, and it wasn't great, you know. I can't look at him. Look at my boy. Look what they did to my boy. Should I try Pilk? No. No kind of question. It's not bad, but it's not good either. Sholmes, hi! Hi Aether, welcome to the stream. How you doing? Yeah, what do you think of Sholmes? Oh, you can't even see him, he's being blocked by the... Hold on. I'll put it on this side. Put it like that. Hi, welcome to the stream. What do you think of him? Is he great? According to the data of which I've been apprised, it would appear there were no visible signs of injury. Did she cover him with makeup or something? In fact, the circumstances of the victim's death can only be explained by a terrible venom. Now, if we take that as fact, we can reasonably imagine that there remains evidence to affirm it at the scene of the crime. He's freaking great, I agree. He's hot. He's a little quirky guy. A bit much for me, but he would make a great friend. I don't think he's into women regardless, so, you know, whatever. It's cool. He's too fruity for that.
Oh no, could there be...
Yes, an examination of the deceased body will prove the cause of death conclusively. Don't zoom into my boy like that. Look at him. How can they do this to him? The almost, but not quite, imperceptible puncture wounds left by the venomous fangs will seal the truth. Yes, the vestiges of the snake bite delivered by your terrifying friend.
This makes no sense.
There's no point feigning ignorance, Miss Pavlova. After the incident, you endeavored to hide everything, didn't you? But now your involuntary glance betrays the hiding place you chose. That's right. You hid the evidence that links you to the victim's death in that traveling case. No, I thought the snake was in there. When we first met in this cabin, it came to my attention that your case moved periodically. Your serpent assassin was restless inside, no doubt.
You don't.
It is telling that the victim made note of a low whistling sound that he heard minutes before his end. That was your signal, was it not? That's the sound you had used to train your serpent friend.
To train?
Indeed, you'd put the serpent through this ventilator and wait. After a period, you'd summon it back with a whistle. You couldn't know if the animal had done its duty, so you would listen for signs of life next door. I don't think she's a killer, my guy. She's a ballerina. Hello? She's a 15-year-old ballerina, and I think it was just an accident, and she didn't want, you know, she didn't want to get caught up in it. So she hid all the evidence she could. If the victim appeared to not have been dispatched, she'd release the snake once more. Surely she's evil, though. Well, that might be up for debate, because she did steal that crown and run away, so I don't know. I mean, ballet is brutal, though. I don't blame her for that, the industry. Do you deny this snake has undergone such training?
It's not true.
Having slithered through the ventilator and down the bell cord, the creature needed only to sink its fangs in once. And its venom would course through the victim's veins, ending his existence forever. Stop! Don't keep showing me his body, it's depressing. That is the true nature of the speckled band that took this poor man's life. There can be no doubt. My logic is infallible. Stop using so many words. Death by a venomous snake's bite. Interesting. I don't remember how this case actually goes, though. Sounds like premeditated murder to me. Really? I don't think so. I think it was an accident. Because why would she kill him? Thus concludes Herlock Sholmes' great deduction of the speckled band. Why did she keep its skin? Miss Pavlova has trained her pet snake as a killing machine. There, on the floor, you will observe a saucer of milk. The promise of food is the key to training any creature. Incredible! You've solved the mystery. No, he hasn't yet. There's a lot of holes in that. I see now why Herlock Sholmes has become such a household name. My dear man, it was nothing remarkable. As the Russians say, I could have done it with one left hand.
Could I venture an opinion, Mr. Sholmes?
But of course, what's on your mind?
It's just about your deductions before. Some things don't quite make sense to me.
I welcome questions as to my method, and will answer both loudly and proudly.
Oh, well, good. First of all,
look how scholarly she is.
snakes are egg-laying creatures, part of the reptile family.
You are well informed, madame.
And reptiles, don't drink milk.
Ah.
It's really only mammals that like to drink milk, you see. So, I'm not sure it would be possible to train a snake using milk as a reward.
No matter. No doubt Miss Pavlova used some other treat to encourage her pet to do her bidding. Milk was merely an example. The logic holds.
Well, there is something else. Snakes have no ears.
Ah. She knows a lot about snakes!
Yes, so I'm not sure it would really be possible to signal a snake by whistling.
But madame, what are the tales from Arabia? Have you not heard of the snakes that dance to the sounds of a flute?
I think perhaps the performers play their music in time with the snake's natural movements.
Wow, she's so smart. Oh, I see. No hands, no feet, no ears? These creatures are so inept to be practically useless. What's with that? What's with that look? He's so funny. Don't take it out on the snakes, Mr. Sholmes.
There is one other thing.
You have more?
Snakes use the scales on their bellies to propel themselves. So, I'm not really sure that a snake could manage to climb up a flat bell cord like the ones in these cabins.
Then it should try harder!
Please, don't be angry with me, Mr. Sholmes. The point is...
Yeah, you should be angry at the snake.
Even if the snake had gone through the ventilator to the next door cabin, it couldn't have come back without help. What I'm trying to say is that there are a number of reasons why it's difficult to imagine the snake could have had a part in this.
Couldn't she have gone over and picked it up? Hello? She did cover the crime. Maybe it escaped next door and then she came over. Although he would have written that in his diary. No, if it strangled him before she noticed it was missing and went to get it, then... Excuse me, then maybe, I don't know.
I think we need to step in and help again, Mr. Naruto.
Oh no, you don't mean...
Yes, we need to modify Mr. Sholmes' latest deductions and turn them into the great ones they ought to be.
I had a feeling that was coming. Alright, let's give it a try. Just what I was waiting for, Mr. Naruto. Yes, right. Oh my god, they're having a moment! So, cast your eyes down to your wrists again. Bread. Hi, Sparkles, welcome to the stream. How you doing? What? Oh, he took the cuffs off again? Wow, so we can do our cool poses together. You've done it again!
Your handcuffs are gone.
Where did they go? Fear not. I shall see they're restored after our work is done. I really wish you'd leave them off. You never replaced Cosmo with Sholmes real quick. They're besties now, it seems. Now, everyone, let us begin. Sherlock Sholmes is proud to present his logic and reasoning spectacular. Have you played this case prior, actually? No, I haven't. I've never played any of the Ace Attorney games until now, so... Miss Pavlova, moments ago you claimed the following.
His death is nothing to do with me. This whole thing has nothing to do with me.
Yet you cannot deceive yourself. Yes, when you recall those horrid events, your aching heart smarts with pain. Do they mean starts with pain or something? I like how cinematic this game is, also gotcha. Yeah, I really like this deduction thing, because they do little funny poses together. They're so cute. Look at them. She does have a pained expression on her face.
Yes, that's true. She looks as though Kazuma-sama's death is weighing heavily on her mind.
But you're not sure Mr. Sholmes has read her quite correctly, is that it? Could there be some other way to interpret her expression, then?
Let's take a moment and really look closely at Miss Pavlova.
Oh! Would you look at that? Teehee, no spoilers. Okay, but smarts is like hurts or something. Oh, is it? Okay. I didn't know it had another meaning.
Oh, Naruto-san, look. That looks like a very painful wound.
It looks like a scratch made by some kind of small animal. And fairly recently, too.
Well, whatever scratched her doesn't appear to be around here.
Oh my god, maybe it's a cat? It has to be a cat. That would make sense for the milk. I'd say I put some steak in the oven, so I will be coming over soon once it's done. Don't come anywhere near me. I put a restraining order on you. No, more of a UK thing to say. I see. You learn more every day. I still think that one of the greatest tragedy in Infinity was the lack of no shit Sherlock between Benedict Cumberbatch and RDJ. I haven't seen that either. I know it was very popular. I just haven't, you know, gotten around to it. It's in the UK. Wait, are you actually? Yes, when you're. Wait, can I answer that? Yes. Look at us! Sorry, they're so cute. What'd you get? Oh, a pig. In memory of a dank pig. Indeed, and simple observation reveals that the wound is fresh. They both had roles as Sherlock Holmes. Oh, then they should have. Oh, I see. That would have been a good Easter egg for them. But don't worry, I just need a slice. Don't come near me. He's gonna take like one of my appendages. Security! Security, where are my mods? I'm just kidding.
Miss Pavlova, did you in fact receive that scratch? Sometime last night? Ah. When I think about the young man who died next door, I feel so sad. And when I'm sad, the pain from this wound is worse.
And it is that very pain! But the other side, I don't know what side your litigation is on, but the other side isn't ready. Their arguments are crumbling. Improv's on a roll! Hello? It's not as smooth as butter. And it is that very pain that evidences your inextricable link to the victim's death. So, we ask, what was the nature of this intruder that stole into the victim's cabin on that portentous night? Portentous night? Why, naturally, it was the friend with which you boarded this vessel, was it not? You're gonna reap the benefits? As I suspected, another telltale glance. Without doubt, your friend is the writhing serpent we see before us. It seems likely that the scratch mark on the back of Miss Pavlova's hand was made by this friend of hers, doesn't it? Except, snakes don't have claws, do they?
No, they don't. They don't even have hands or feet on which claws might grow.
Well then, if that snake isn't her pet, what is? What's the true identity of this friend of hers?
We should follow her gaze, Naruhiro-san.
That's where we'll find the answer. Can I? Oh! 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 Ah, look at the photograph in this frame. Oh my god, and the bell! This must be something Miss Pavlova brought with her when she ran away.
She is exceptionally beautiful, isn't she?
Yes, that's true. But personally, it's a little black creature she's holding that's caught my eye. Maybe we'd better take a closer look at this. Kiddo! Wait, we can look at... No, let's look at the cat. Cat blush. It's cat, it is! But how did it get next door? She'd have to... I don't think a cat could fit through the vent, maybe. Look at the little cat Miss Pavlova is cuddling here.
Oh, what a cute little kitten!
It could vie with you, couldn't it, Naruto-san? For the blackest outfit. A black kitten. And from the look of this picture, at least, Miss Pavlova seems very attached to it. Is cat. Cats can be liquid, I suppose. Can I observe her? That must be a stage costume she's wearing.
It's quite stunning.
I should like to have something like that. And she's wearing the 20,000 rubles on her head as well. Look. It's called a tiara, Naruhiro-san, and you shouldn't think of it purely in terms of its value. She must be a strong-willed woman, to turn her back on the world stage and run away all on her own. Well, we don't see a little kitten before us, though. Without doubt, your friend is the little kitten we see before us. Yes, the scratch on the back of your hand makes that abundantly clear. Cats are like...
Oh no.
The whereabouts of this black kitten isn't clear, but what is clear is that you brought the animal with you when you ran away, didn't you?
Ah! Darka is my best friend. I couldn't leave her behind.
Darker would appear to be a Russian blue. Oh, how cute! And yet, that fact leaves us in a quandary. The victim's written observations on the night in question tell of a speckled band. Whereas, regrettably, this specimen's markings do not fit that description in any way. What explanation can we then give, pray? What was this sight that fell upon the victim's eyes last night?
No, don't look at me. This has nothing to do with any of this.
Oh, but it does. You have the answer to this quandary even now, hidden behind your back. Yes, that which you are trying, but failing to conceal, can only be the snake's sloughed skin.
Did you see that? She just took something out of her pocket and hid it behind her back.
Still can't get over the necktie that looks like a salmon. Was it on the sailor or was it on Herlock? If she just left it in her pocket, no one would have ever known.
Oh yes, ploys like that are Mr. Sholm's specialty. He's ever so cleverly forced her to reveal something.
I thought deduction was his specialty. Or maybe it's making me believe that was a ploy too. Oh, the sailor. I haven't been looking at him. I'm too distracted by the snake on his face.
I find it hard to believe that's the skin of a snake.
In which case, just what is Miss Pavlova hiding behind her back? Is my wife back at chat? Welcome in, Squeeze! Thank you so much for the sub! 22 months! Yippee! The necktie is a slight pinkish color with a button that looks like an eye. I mean, that would be a cute look. And yes, I'm trying a new French fashion, milady. What do you think? They wanted to cut me off and they wanted to oil me, cut me up, butter me, and put things in me. I was talking about getting oiled up earlier. They wanted to put olive oil on me. Very yummy, mushy. Only you're allowed to eat me, okay? I have a restraining order on everyone else who tries. Well, welcome in, milady. How's your day going? Can I... Oh, you're right. It does look like a fish. That must be on purpose. Why can I observe her left ear? Her right ear. Hello? Is there a newspaper in her pocket? Yo, that sounds like us every night. So true! Oh my god, you're not supposed to tell them that. Yeah. I'm gonna make a steak and cheese sandwich out of her. Do you want a piece? Milady, he's trying to cut me up. Milady, help. Oh, but you know what I was saying, Milady? We should play Overcooked and wear bread costumes together. Teehee. See? Slice her down the middle, add some butter / oil, and proceed to stuff her and slowly remove her. But see what I mean? Help. Help. SOS. Well, it is speckled and it is a band, but what is it? It seems to be soft and fluffy. A long piece of cloth of some sort. This seems concerning. See? Willie, help. Help. I need security. Mods, restrain them. Get the leash on them. And that looks like a handle at one end.
I think it may be a cat's toy. This sort is common in the West, apparently.
How is that a toy for cats?
Cats like to chase the band around and paw at it. Kittens in particular love that sort of play. You only need to wave it in front of them and they pounce to catch it. How are your cats, by the way, milady, actually, since the one ran away? I got the go from Squeeze Your Time comes there. Not like this! I can remove the bread costume. You can just take the bread costume. You want to do it as well? Don't kid yourself. Huh? Milady gets a bite of me every night, okay? And vice versa. But... anyways. That sounds positively adorable. I'm gonna inspect her ears because it lets me. I think that's weird. So I must. She has such petite ears among that beautiful hair, like little pink shells.
That's very, very weird. Oh, what's that? She has pierced ears. There's something attached to her ear.
Ah, I expect that's what's called an earring. It's a little piece of jewelry.
An earring, is it? It's really tiny.
Perhaps part of it is missing. Maybe it broke off. So now all that's left is the clasp part that attaches to the ear. If that's the case, she doesn't appear to have noticed that it's broken. Oh! I didn't notice that it was broken. I just thought it was... I thought that was the style of it. I didn't realize it had a bottom half. Oh, okay, they're just gonna talk about it again. Oh. Oops, I skipped through new dialogue. Ah, that's an earring. The crescent moon part looks as though it's made from wood. It's charming, isn't it? Women do seem to love adornments like that. In their hair, around their necks, on their fingers, and even hanging from their ears, it seems. Well, jewelry is beautiful, Una-san. I've been getting into dangly jewelry myself. I've been wearing a lot of dangly earrings lately, just because I think they're pretty. Anyways, cat toy. There'll be a trail of breadcrumbs. Someone's gonna have to... I need a detective for my case. Although, it's very easy to solve, I feel like. When I go missing, Chad, you know who to look for. Or you know who to investigate, really. Yes, that thing you're trying, but failing to conceal is, a cat's toy. Precisely, and the true nature of the now infamous speckled band. Ah. And it was this toy that you dangled through the ventilator. You waved it around, I presume. Naturally, the victim could not fail to notice it. Oh my god, it escaped, and she is trying to catch it again. But why? For what reason? My dear boy, there can be only one answer to that. After her feline friend disappeared through the ventilator into the neighboring cabin, Miss Pavlova attempted to use the speckled cat's toy to entice the creature to return. Ah. I'm so smart! In summary, the nature of this friend of Miss Pavlova's, which last night infiltrated the scene of the crime, is a blithesome Russian blue breed of cat by the name of Darka. Oh, and it's missing! Or was it eaten by the snake? A truly troublesome feline young Darka is proving to be. She must be caged once found. You will forgive us for borrowing the photograph of your pet, Miss Pavlova. Thanks. It was after I gave her food last night. That's when it happened. She scratched the back of my hand and then ran up the bell cord. Before I could do anything, she had disappeared through the ventilator. Darka. She is so naughty. A beloved kitten. Oh! And how he died. Very interesting, very interesting. Oh my god! Wait, did he trip over the cat and it broke its spell? Moving on, we come to the heart of the matter. The grim demise of the victim. Don't show me his corpse again. I will cry. Look at him! How did this young man lose his life? And why? And the Russian next to it was probably her too, right? According to the data of which I have been apprised, it would appear there would be no visible signs of injury. Ah. In fact, the circumstances of the victim's death can only be explained by a terrible venom. What Mr. Sholmes says is true. There were no signs of a wound anywhere on Kazuma-sama's body. That's right. But Mr. Sholmes seems to be unaware of one very important detail. Kazuma wasn't poisoned. Yes, it seems so. Let's give him the information he's missing now. Oh shit. Do I have evidence of that? The post-mortem report? I hope that's the right thing. In fact, the circumstances of the victim's death can only be explained by the post-mortem report. Ah, yes, I knew there was one or the other. His neck was... Indeed, the breaking of the cervical vertebrae is fatal. Only that Goliath would be strong enough to survive that. Seaman Stroganov isn't some immortal freak, you know. But look, he definitely looks like one right now. The jury is out. Anyway, we have on good authority that the victim's neck was broken. Now, if we take that as fact... Hi Aiko, welcome in. How you doing? We can reasonably imagine that there remains evidence to affirm it at the scene of the crime. Oh no, could there be... Yes, an examination of the deceased's body will prove the cause of death conclusively. Kazuma died because his neck was broken. W 10 stream watch streak, let's fucking go. Hold on. Let's go. In other words, he was probably struck by something or someone. Yes, that's a distinct possibility. As of yet, no weapon has been found, though. Presumably, Darko didn't silently creep up behind Kazuma and deal him a fatal blow. I suppose. It's possible that he had a fall and hit the ground awkwardly. It could have been a terrible act of misfortune that he broke his neck completely by accident. Oh, yes, a bad fall could explain it. It's rather hard to believe Kazuma-sama, though. He wasn't a clumsy man. Well, we need to fix this deduction somehow. Is there anything from the scene that could explain what happened? I'm gonna say that he like tripped over the... He tripped over the cat. Yes, an examination of the mark on the floor will prove the cause of death conclusively. This particular mark, so prominently visible next to the victim's body, is a deposit of shoe polish. Shoe polish? Indeed, positively identified by a little analysis device I constructed, which I carry now as a matter of course. Beeswax, tallow, and dye were my results, the undeniable ingredients of shoe polish. And the color of the polish is a perfect match to the color of Mr. Asoji's laced leather shoes. Looking at this mark, it's not hard to imagine what happened. For some reason, Mr. Asoji must have caught his foot at that point on the floor and tripped. Please, no. And, by a dreadful turn of misfortune, caught his neck against some immovable object as he fell to the floor. Suffering a fatal blow to the spine, the victim's vertebrae shattered, and in that instant, he lost his life. That's so sad. That's so sad that that happened to him. I don't know. I don't know anything about this. Is that really true, Miss Pavlova? What about the evidence left at the scene where Mr. Asoji lost his life? Yes, the facts are as clear as day to me. You did all you could to conceal the incriminating evidence. But now your involuntary glance betrays the hiding place you chose. That's right. You hid the evidence that links you to the victim's death in that traveling case. I don't believe it. Kazuma-sama merely tripped over and now he's no more? It can't be true. I refuse to accept it. I know it's hard to believe, but the marks on the floor does seem to suggest that's what happened. And if this part of Mr. Sholm's deduction is right, Miss Pavlova is trying to hide some evidence that would prove it. Here in this cabin, somewhere in this direction that she just cast her eyes. Where, I wonder? Let's have a good look around. The answer must be here somewhere. Well, usually if you tilt it around enough. Not the tiara, but maybe the waste paper basket. But we looked in here and there wasn't anything in here. This is a waste paper basket. Perhaps all the first-class cabins have them. But Miss Pavlova only started occupying this cabin late last night. Presumably, there's not much rubbish in there yet. Oh, what's that? It's a broken piece of glass, isn't it? Yes, it is. And I feel like I've seen it somewhere before. If it looks familiar, perhaps it's more than your mind simply playing tricks on you. We did search her rubbish bin before, but... Let's look at everything that we can. Tea. Ah, somebody appears to have dropped 20,000 rubles here. It hasn't been dropped, Uno-san. It's been placed. I'm starting to sound like Mr. Sholmes. Stop trying to sound like the great detective! 19 months of clicking this button. Huh? Oh. Oh, okay. Thank you so much for the 19 months! Yippee! That's a long time, stupid Twitch mobile. Indeed, stupid Twitch mobile, but thank you so much for the sub. I appreciate it. Damn, 19 months. That's a long time. Yeah. 1 year, 5 months, 20 days. Yippee! That's a long time. Jesus. This is where Miss Pavlova hid her friend. That's right. And it wasn't a mistake after all. No, it was that little kitten she calls Darka. Not that it's anywhere to be seen now. It seems to have let itself out of the case and gone exploring. I expect it's wrapped itself around someone's head somewhere, trying to make a new friend. Either that, or it's scratching their hand to pieces. The point is, where has it got to? Anyways, I'm gonna present the waste paper basket. The other half of the bell! That's right! You hid the evidence that links you to the victim's death in that waste paper basket. Ah. Hello? Ms. Sholmes? Here we have a fragment of some intricate glass object, it would seem. One that has a familiar air, in fact. Precisely. We found another piece of broken glass on the floor in Mr. Asoji's cabin. And, as you can see, the two pieces fit together perfectly. Oh no. So, Miss Pavlova, shall we consider what this tells us? Why would it be that part of this glass object, which was evidently broken at the scene of the victim's death... Hi, Durfin! Welcome to the stream! How you doing? Should be found in the waste paper basket in your cabin? Yeah! You're well acquainted with this glass bell, are you not? I don't know, and that hushed Russian accent of yours won't save you this time, dear girl. Why? The spotlight again. Because we have conclusive evidence linking you to the bell in question. What? Take it away, Mr. Uno. Yes. The evidence linking Miss Pavlova and the little glass bell, that would be her picture. Teehee. I'm so smart. Look at me. If you look at this photograph, you can clearly see, hanging from Darka's collar, the very glass bell in question. The truth has caught up with you, Miss Pavlova. Oh my god, wait, he died because he tripped on a cat? Callie, you are no longer allowed at my feet. I'm sorry. The young man who lost his life last night did so after a truly inauspicious fall. And the cause of that fateful stumble? Look at us! We're so cool together. Wow, your absent feline friend, Darka. Wow, wait, we're like besties, guys. Oh my god, we're matching poses and everything. I couldn't tell anyone. I'm sorry. Oh, that's so sad. This great man died from tripping over a cat. Are you kidding me? I can't believe they acted so
A loaf to of the facts. Wow, wow, I see what you did there. Kazuma tripped over and had enough. Well, gotta go, it's time to do renovations. Thank you so much for dropping by, Dank. I appreciate it. That's how he died? My great Kazuma died because he tripped over a cat? Are you kidding me? I wish it was the snake. Where'd the snake come from then? Why don't you tell us now, Miss Pavlova? Tell us exactly what happened last night.
It was a little after 1 in the morning. It was so late, but I hadn't had time to feed Darka, so I gave her some food. And then, all of a sudden, she scratched me and jumped out of my hands.
You'll never look at Callie the same. I will, because she's adorable and I love her. She's sleeping on my desk right now. I got a little cat bed. I forget who bought it a long time ago, but I put the cat bed on my desk and she likes sleeping there now. Because the chair I use, I brought my office chair upstairs to my bedroom so I could do schoolwork in it. And then I got a chair from our dining table and it's so small and uncomfortable. That's how the cookie crumbles, I guess. Well, it's how the bread crumbles into, you know, breadcrumbs, but... Ready to cry, Zay? It's just sad how he died. Like, this great man died because he tripped over a cat. I was ready to cry in the first time I saw him dead, but now it's just kind of like, why do they do this to him, you know? People do say that cats become very anxious and nervous in new environments.
She was so fast. She disappeared through the ventilator before I could stop her.
And that is how you acquired the rather nasty wound on the back of your hand, I take it.
Yes. And I had read the, rules on the wall. I knew that I was not allowed to have Darko with me.
I want to be feeling feline fine after this deduction. Yeah, she's definitely not. But there's still a lot of mysteries afoot, like where her other the other half of her earring went, and I guess the Russian could be explained if she tried to cover it up, but... Yes, modern science suggests that animals can carry infectious diseases. It's a precaution, really.
So I listened and listened, trying to hear if there was some noise in the next cabin. It was very quiet. I was sure if someone was there, he must be sleeping.
So at that point, you thought it safe to try and lure the kitten back again. By dangling the end of the toy through the ventilator and into the adjoining cabin.
Darko always loves this toy, but it didn't work. Nothing worked. I tried using her favorite toy. I tried whistling to her softly, but nothing. She didn't return.
So the faint whistling sound Cosmo wrote about in his diary was Miss Pavlova trying to retrieve her pet. That's so sad. Cats have a propensity to remain hidden in the shadows when frightened.
Yes, so there was nothing else I could do. I just had to wait until she had calmed down. But then...
No! Why do you have to play the sound? Thank you for the egg, Kindle. Welcome to the stream.
I nearly passed out with shock. I heard her cry out, and then... Oh, it was such a dreadful thing. Then afterwards, nothing. It was totally silent.
Kazuma was... Wait, it also doesn't explain that, like, how the food was drugged when we were all, like, passed the fuck out with headaches, you know? From the appearance of the brown mark on the floor, it seems likely that what you heard was the victim stepping on the glass bell and tripping up. The SS Buria is a large vessel, but even she can pitch and roll violently without warning. If Mr. Asoji was already off balance as a result of the ship lurching when the kitten got under his feet, the combination of unfortunate factors could easily have caused him to fall over. But what became of the kitten afterwards?
In the end, I managed to get her to come back through the ventilator.
Yet Darka is nowhere to be seen.
I must have forgotten to lock my case, and now she's disappeared again.
Gracious, that cat is as insufferably restless as I am. Impossible.
Well, he knows something about himself at least. Poor kitty, indeed. When I woke this morning, I heard that a young man in the cabin next to mine had died. But I couldn't bring myself to tell anyone what had happened. I was too scared. Scared that they would send me back. Oh, hold on a minute. What about the snake? You're right. Where is it? If the snake isn't your friend, Miss Pavlova, then whose is it and where did it come from? What on earth? Was he petting it? Oh, interesting. What on earth is such a dangerous creature doing on board the ship? Is it his pet snake? Did it eat the cat? Oh, I didn't say. Snake is my friend. His name is Prosko. I hope I said that right. What? What? That snake belongs to you. He escaped from cage when emergency alarm sounded. I was looking for him. I did not expect to find him in here. Yes, how did that snake get into this cabin? But animals are not permitted on board. Ha! We are at sea for 1 year. You want to be so long without close friend? Without someone who understands? Couldn't you find someone a little more human who understands you better? But my dear burly fellow, a gargantuan venomous snake? Surely you can appreciate the danger you're putting everyone in. No venom. Prosko does not have venom. He is harmless, very long, but very gentle. He is adorable, like Granny. Is his Granny long? It's venomless? Yes. Now he is hungry, so he is in bad mood. But once I feed him, you will see big smile. And you feed him what? Milk, I suppose? It doesn't eat milk. Ha! Like they say milk chickens? Ridiculous. Snakes that drink milk are only in stupid stories. No teeth like Granny. Prosko eats mouses. Big, fat, round mouses. Oh. So, is that what the mousetrap in the passageway out there is for? Of course. How else can I catch my friend's favorite food? Nothing says top of the food chain like the look in their eyes right now. Oh, he's devastated. It refuses to drink milk. It can't hear a whistle. It can't climb a bell cord, and it's not even venomous. How the deuce did something so inept land a starring role? It's not my fault. I do not make up stories. My Perisco has nothing to do with this incident. Sholmes is baffled by the uselessness of a snake. So that's what happened. It didn't even catch its own food because it uses the mouse traps. No teeth. That's the truth behind my best friend's tragic death. Yeah, that's depressing. Dying because you tripped over a cat? Such a great man. Going like that. Miss Pavlova, I understand the difficult situation you found yourself in, and I do sympathize. But please remember this. A young man lost his life. If you're going to attempt to cover up your guilt with lies, then no matter what the circumstances, I cannot forgive you. But what are you talking about, Miss Mikotoba? What lies? Miss Pavlova just confessed everything. It was just a series of unfortunate events, an accident. I'm no great detective like Mr. Sholmes. I don't have a gift for knowing the truth. But even I can see that was not the truth. Don't you agree, Mr. Uno? To be perfectly honest, yes. There's a discrepancy in Miss Pavlova's story. I'm sure of it. I just can't quite put my finger on it. I didn't see a discrepancy, but if they see it, I must find it. I confess, I was intending to let Scotland Yard deal with any outstanding issues on this matter. Oh. I am only present here for a very specific reason. The truth is, you, Mr. Uno, are simply a distraction. A distraction? I do hope you've not been finding your shackles too uncomfortable. Huh? Ah, not again. When did he do that? Especially as they're on your wrists as a result of my intervention. I was rather hoping I can resolve matters before we made our next port call. You were, Mr. Sholmes. Yes, but I overlooked one important detail. Wait, was he playing me? The deceased young man was a very close companion of yours. Was he not? He was my best friend. We were like married, basically. Kazuma was my closest friend. I owed him my freedom, even. We were more than friends. In that case, we must follow this to its conclusion. No further distractions. You must uncover the real truth here, Mr. Naruto. Oh, and the book! With nothing to note. Yes, whatever that may be. The key to this is the discrepancy in Miss Pavlova's story, I'm sure. If I can chase that down, maybe the truth will become clear. Kazuma! The truth about how you really died. About how that scene in your cabin really came to be. Oh, there's more. All right, I'll see what I can do. Excellent. Thank you, Mr. Uno. So then, shall we begin? Yes. Another thing? Well, we should ponder first. Is the victim who lost his life in a cabin that was bolted shut from the inside? Was this truly an unfortunate accident? Or was it in fact no accident at all? That is what we must establish in the first instance. Excuse me. But we've already established it, haven't we? The man tripped over the kitten that has climbed into his oh my god. I can't read anymore, hold on. Water. The man tripped over the kitten that had climbed into his cabin via the ventilator. Tragic, yes, but still an accident. Wait, let's just take a step back. It doesn't make sense if that's really what happened, does it? I'm going to have to ask you to spell it out for me, I'm afraid. Yes, it's starting to take shape now. There's a clear contradiction between the facts and Miss Pavlova's story here. The evidence is right there in Kazuma's cabin. It's undeniable. His death couldn't possibly have been a mere accident. Really? Let us show our hand, Mr. Uno. Time to present the evidence. The evidence that proves unequivocally that the victim's death was no mere accident. I'd say the writing, right? I'm gonna say the writing. That's all I can think of. The truth is clearly recorded in this photographic print. There's no way that Mr. Asoji could have left this message on the floor. That script. It's Russian, isn't it? Indeed it is. The word written here means wardrobe. I see what you mean. Most people will leave a dying message in their native language, Japanese in this case. But maybe he was studying Russian. Why? It is a simple language. He could have picked it up very fast. That doesn't seem likely. That's actually not the point. It makes no difference whether he knew Russian or not. Sorry? What do you mean? Exactly what I said before. There is no way that Mr. Asoji could have left this message on the floor. And the reason why is clearly explained in here. Damage to the cervical vertebrae resulting in instant death. Instant death. Hi, cat. Their cat may have run away, but mine is sitting right here in the cutest way possible. Ah. Which means, after the victim fell to the floor, he couldn't possibly have written anything. because he was already dead. That's not the only reason, either. There's something else we found in Mr. Asoji's cabin. A remnant of something that couldn't possibly have been there if what Miss Pavlova told us is true. What? So Susato-san has noticed it too, then. Putting this message on the floor aside, there's something else that gives the truth away. Another piece of evidence that proves this was no accident. In other words, ooh, I don't know. The book? Yes. That's all I got. What point are you trying to make with that evidence? I'm starting to see how Kazuma's death really happened, I think. Is that not right? I think that you were starting to see— oh shit! And that was— I'm starting to see nothing of the sort, and that— oh damn, that was rude. If it was no accident, then what we should be looking for is one of two things. Either the absence of something you would expect to find at the scene of an accident, or the presence of something you wouldn't. Okay, let's try again. I confess you're rather languid. I see, doesn't fill me. Don't worry, I believe in you more than Shelves does anyways, thanks, okay? Yes, it's starting to take shape. Okay, let me see. What could it be? To prove it was no accident. If it's not the book that doesn't keep records. Is it the fact that they... Is it the... Is it that this paper was still on my thing? Because that's like the only other thing I can think of to present. Unless they want a repeat of evidence. I guess I'll try to present it. There's not enough evidence for me to run out of strike, surely, right? Nothing on the picture, I don't think. On this picture, at least. Proof that I'm a university student is that this is proof that it wasn't an accident. Disappears from Shanghai. I'm gonna try this. GG's is out here making bread. Damn it! I made it. Finished work. Oh, welcome to the stream, web crawler. GG's out here making bread. Indeed. I am bread. I'm an idiot sandwich. I don't know what else I can show. The presence of something that shouldn't be there, or the absence of something that isn't. We already went over the bell. Do they want the bell again? That's the only other thing I can think to present. We got 5 strings, we might as well, right? All that changed. Okay. This piece of broken glass next to the mark on the floor. But that's the glass bell the kitten had around its neck. We already know all about that. Sorry, I'm focused on the case because I'm trying to figure this out now. But welcome to the stream. How you doing? How was work? It was broken in half when the victim tripped over the cat and fell. So we already have a satisfactory explanation. Where's the flaw in that logic? Unfortunately, there is a very big flaw. A fatal flaw. What? If that's really what happened, then how did one half of the bell end up back here in this cabin? Ah. Yes, so remember that we found the other half of the glass bell in that waste paper basket. She's got the Ace Attorney itch, indeed. I just want to figure it out. Because I'm pretty sure the sailors have something to do with it, given that their book, you know, doesn't record part of the, or, you know, part of the night. Would you care to explain that, Miss Pavlova? Work as child, this seems more stressful. A little bit. It's more interesting, probably. Oh no. Both these pieces of evidence clearly point to the same conclusion. Don't ask me about it. That when Mr. Asoji died last night in his cabin, there was someone else in the room. Why are they showing her, Miss Pavlova, again? And that same person deliberately arranged the scene to disguise the truth, in order to cover up his or her own guilt. Yeah! Yes, there is someone else present in Mr. Asoji's... Mr. Stroganoff? You are wasting time! Someone else was there? Duh, of course, we know this! What are you talking about? Bulkhead was bolted shut from inside. There was no way in or out. Oh, yes. And only other person in cabin when young student died was you. But I was locked in the wardrobe. It's true, I was in the cabin when it happened. You were shut inside the cabin wardrobe, to be precise about the details. But I don't know Russian! There's no way I would have left that message. Not would have. There's no way you could have left that message, to be precise about the details. We love a Sholmes. Would you mind? Forgive me, my dear fellow. As I was saying, the person in question wrote the word wardrobe in Russian on the floor, in an attempt to incriminate me for the crime, even though I had been asleep in there the entire time. And then, the same person picked up the broken glass bell that had fallen to the floor, for fear of it becoming evidence that would show how Mr. Asoji really died. But why wouldn't this person have taken all the pieces of the bell anyway? Leaving half behind was always going to raise questions. Yes, well, it was past 1 o'clock in the early hours of the morning. The cabin would have been quite dark. There is a light. The single small lamp suspended from the ceiling would barely have cast any light onto the floor there. Little wonder, then, that the culprit failed to notice a fragment of the tiny item. You all suspect me, don't you? Seaman Stroganov! Nina is woman of sea. She is daughter of strong sailor. 2 years ago, they noticed her dancing skills and she went away to join ballet company. But before, she was dancer on this ship, a member of ship's band. You do not accuse ship's angel of being criminal. Ah, so that's it. You say that when young student died, Nina was there in his cabin. But that is not possible. I give my tooth. Well, this is almost interesting. And why would you give your tooth, pray? How can you be so sure? Humph, you're a great detective. You should know. Look truth in eyes. Cabin bulkhead was bolted shut from inside. Nobody could go into cabin. Not Nina, not anyone. Or you want to tell me that this killer can walk through locked doors? Yet, it's impossible. Ugh, he's right. But wait, I've read about this in detective stories. People often tie thread around door latches so they can open and close them from the outside. Thread? Are you stupid? These bulkheads are not barn doors. Certainly not. These are watertight doors, as one would expect to find on any modern steamship. Constructed of heavy steel with not a gap in sight. No threads or needles or magnets could have been used. No, of course not. I thought so, too. Yoo-hoo, why is she a bread? Because I couldn't be a witch, so I had to become a sandwich, okay? Welcome to the stream, though, Caesar. Happy October, how you doing? I'm trying new French fashions. What do you think? But Mr. Naruhodo suggested it earlier, so... Susato-san, how could you shift it onto me like that? So Seaman Stroganov has a valid point. The cabin door couldn't have been bolted shut from the outside. Not necessarily. This is some real cost-saving measures, huh? I spent 11 doubloons on books I couldn't even end up using because the witch's hat didn't fit me, okay? So I had to become bread. This was a last-minute effort to wear a Halloween costume for October. What? I put it to you that I could bolt this cabin door without laying a finger on it. And in this very cabin, we can see the traces of the method I have in mind having been used before. I could have drawn you something with my talents. Really? You want to draw me something? Are you're offering a fashion by Caesar? And this is the start of your new career? I don't believe it. Well, Mr. Naruto, I believe you know what I mean, don't you? A way to shut the bolt of the door cabin from the outside? One way does spring to mind, yes. Sure, bud. Oh, for free? Thanks, how kind. Gotta think of what costume I want then. Perhaps, what's the most complicated costume design I could ever do? It's hard to think of. Right, like you could draw me, wait, a crown? A crown and dress? So I could be like a royalty, easy? Or... I know it would be really hard, huh? A stick figure? To draw you looking, okay, bro. Okay, bro. What do you mean? This is the coolest I've ever looked. That'd be I'm just kidding. I look cool all the time. Do you really know what Mr. Sholmes means, Mr. Uno? Yes, and so should you. Because we've seen it happen. Indeed we have! So, would you care to do the honors, Mr. Uno? Point out the telling signs of the method that was used to slide the cabin door bolt across from the outside. Can I click on these or no? Hold on. Okay, fun to DIY. Oh, thank you so much for dropping by. I appreciate it. Thank you for the lurk. How do I tell them about the book? The books. Or is it not gonna highlight it? Look at the bookcase there. See how all the books and things on it have toppled over? That must have happened when the ship made its emergency stop before. Yes, that's right. It's a very powerful vessel after all. They can't read. That's not the point. The violent pull of the ship stopping suddenly pulled the latch shut of the door. Easy. Look at me, Web. Aren't I so big-brained? My cat. My cat. Callie is so cute. When the engines are thrown into reverse, a violent jolt goes across the entire ship. Any small objects that aren't fastened down are bound to fall over. I believe, yes. It's what's known as the force of inertia acting on the objects. Physics! Don't talk to me about physics! Is there nothing Susato-san doesn't know? Or that isn't in her book at least? Well, whatever it's called, the same force that pushed over those books on the bookcase also made something else in this cabin move. The bolt on the cabin door. Ah! It was very obvious just after the emergency stop that the ship had made earlier. Also, return my cat, JK. Yeah, they're clones. Maybe they're secretly related. We had come into this cabin not long before, and we hadn't bolted the door. But then... Hello, is anybody in there? Shout if you need assistance. Oh, that sounds like... Inspector Hosonaga. Oh, yes. That's it. When the ship stopped suddenly, the bolt flew across and locked the door. Yes, it's made of metal, but it's small and light enough to be moved by the ship's sudden change of speed. Or the force of an epta, if you want to call it that. Are you trying to say that last night, when Mr. Osoji was killed? I can't. The ship made a sudden change in speed. They even animated it. Wow. The SS Bureau made another emergency stop? When I woke up this morning and looked around the cabin, I thought it looked a little odd. All the books on the shelves had toppled over, and all the ornaments. It was almost as if someone had run their hand across the shelves and deliberately knocked everything over. Oh yes, I remember that. And I stood them all up again, didn't I? Then when we came into this cabin, we were surprised to see the same thing in here. All the books and everything had toppled over, just like in Mr. Asoji's cabin. Oh my! Do you have anything to say about this, Miss Pavlova? Are you out of your mind? You say Burya made emergency stop? It does seem a little far-fetched. How could that have possibly happened? Unless you're saying that the culprit is actually someone from the engine room. Oh, it is simple enough. Are you forgetting the button in the passageway outside? Used to trigger the emergency alarm. Oh yes, of course. There was a notice, wasn't there? Telling you only to press the button in times of emergency. On dark nights when the fog is dense, the captain cannot afford to rely on the eyes of his lookout alone. Hence the placement of a number of buttons around the vessel to allow any crewman to raise the alarm. Oops, I didn't mean to hit that. The sort of button one is almost compelled to press to satisfy one's curiosity. Wait! It was you! When the button is pressed, two things happen in the interest of safety. Wait, Sholmes pressed the button? The emergency alarm bell rings and the vessel comes to a complete stop. As indeed it did a little earlier today. Wait, he pressed the button? Mr. Sholmes, surely it wasn't you who... As I always say, a button has but one purpose in life. To be pressed? To be pressed! Whatever the occasion! He sounds almost proud of himself. How dare you mess with ship? I report you to Captain. Captain, you are in much trouble now. Now, I'm sure all that can wait until later. Let us not overlook the fact that we have now learnt a valuable lesson. When the vessel makes an emergency stop, the bolts on the cabin doors slide closed. Quick button. So, what we must now consider. Yes, it all comes down to one thing now. Last night, after what happened to Mr. Asoji, did this ship make an emergency stop, or did it not? You're idiots! Burya is a huge ship with many passengers. If we make emergency stop, even in middle of night, there would be chaos everywhere. What are your thoughts, Mr. Uno? Well, it's certainly possible that some kind of emergency happened last night. We have evidence to support that idea. Really? What evidence, Mr. Uno? Fascinating! Do show us, my good man. What evidence promotes the theory that some emergency gripped this vessel last night? Oh shit, I don't know, bro. Oh, the log. Duh. Seaman Stroganov. It's your duty to patrol the first-class area of the ship, isn't that right? Yeah, that is correct. Why? In the ship's log here, this would be where you record the details of your duties. What are you doing with that? That is mine! Ah, you rather carelessly left it atop the little makeshift burrow in the passageway out there. But as responsible passengers, we took it into our care with the mind to return it to you later. I left it there on purpose. That is where I put it always. The point is, looking at what you usually record, it's clear that under normal circumstances, you write the phrase, "nothing to report," every 30 minutes. But from 2 o'clock last night until first light this morning, nothing was recorded at all. Nothing recorded in the log? That is... Duh! Because nothing happened! But if nothing happened, you would normally write "nothing to report," wouldn't you? Go. Indeed so, which tells us that shortly after 2 a.m., something happened here aboard the SS Burya. Something sufficiently significant to make you forget to fill in the ship's log, in fact. Are you suggesting that the ship really did make an emergency stop in the middle of the night? Stop talking rubbish! We're on to him. If I'm perfectly honest, I find that a little hard to believe myself. Oh? Why? Well, because if something as major as an emergency stop really had happened, surely all of us would have noticed. Oh, thanks for doing hydrate. That's very true. Thanks to the emergency stop we experienced earlier, we all know what it feels like now. The ship lurched so violently, and the alarm bell was so loud. I can't imagine that anybody would sleep through that, even if it had happened in the dead of night. Getting snacks, pause the game. Hello? we're on the brink of it. Brilliance, Serenity. I can't stop now. We're getting to the point of the fact that I think they were drugged. Well, no, that's a good point. Keep it running, keep it rolling while you get your snacks. I'll just yell really loud curse words so everyone hears. What of the throbbing? Sorry? What do you mean? He's throbbing, Hosonaga. Get it together. No, I'm just kidding. Your head, man. The throbbing of your head since this morning. We have all suffered with it. Ah. Oh, yes. I have had a headache, you're right. In fact, I haven't been feeling myself since I woke up today. Nor have I. My head has been feeling heavy ever since dawn. Yes, you've all been afflicted, haven't you? Just as I suspected. He's right. My head's been throbbing today, too. And yet we're making so many big brain deductions, you know? And since eating dinner yesterday evening, everything has felt sort of hazy. I can't really remember anything that happened after I climbed back inside the wardrobe. Then the first thing I noticed this morning was the throbbing pain in my head. I had already been dragged out of the wardrobe and had those handcuffs put on me by that point. Why didn't I wake up when all that was happening to me? Tell me, Mr. Naruhodo, you boarded this vessel as a stowaway, didn't you? Oh, well, yes. Sorry. The stowaway class of accommodation doesn't usually include meals. What did you survive on? Oh, well, Kazuma looked after me. He was always happy to share his meals. So you enjoyed some of the whole roast chicken dish that was served yesterday evening, I take it. Yeah, the food was drugged! And that was meant for Kazuma, but we ate it. Easy. Yes, in fact, I had all of that. Kazuma wasn't fond of chicken. Oh, really? So the victim didn't eat any of the chicken at all, which is why he was up so late. That's right, he didn't touch it. Is that relevant? My dear fellow, does that not strike you? Oh, Mr. Sholmes, do you mean to say that there was something wrong with the chicken? I do. No, really? Is that really true? The meal prepared for the passengers last night had been tampered with. Tampered with by the addition of a soporific. With the addition of a soporific designed to induce a very deep slumber in those who consume it. A sleeping drug. Do you mean whoever did this laced every meal with a sleeping drug so no one would notice the ship's emergency stop? Mr. Uno, of course that's not what Mr. Sholmes means. What a far-fetched idea. Precisely. Lacing every meal of every passenger on board with a specific drug would certainly be impossible. Unless, that is, every single member of the crew was a conspirator. What? Mr. Sholmes! Well, Seaman. I'm sorry to say that any more deception in this matter will get you nowhere. If you refuse to talk, there would have to be an inquiry made through the shipping company, of course. And were that to happen, every member of the crew and the captain himself would be hauled over the coals. For aiding and abetting a renegade. Please, no more. I will tell everything. Eh? I cannot make problems like this for everyone anymore. These crewmen are your former comrades, I believe. Yes, so when I decided to run away, I asked them to help me. We all agreed to help. Everyone together. She threw away everything, her fame in the ballet, Mother Russia. We wanted to help our angel. I don't believe it. You are right. We put sleeping drug in chicken last night. Yes, I remember now. I didn't notice chewing on a small lump of something strange and bitter at one point. Duh. We cannot make all drug, how do you say, dissolve? Ugh, talk about heavy seasoning. Shrimps, JK? No, they're like family to her. I can't believe, it's sweet, but like, ugh. At midnight in waters near Shanghai, we brought our angel on board. She was helped by comrade in shore with small fishing boat. While all the passengers of SS Bureau slept soundly, thanks to the almost magical effects of the slumber-inducing potion their evening meals had contained. So if that's what happened, the only people awake on the ship last night were the crew, people who disliked chicken, and the newly boarded passenger, Miss Pavlova. And that means it would have been possible for you. You could have used the emergency stop trick to lock Cosimo's cabin door. But how does that make sense? Surely every cabin door would have ended up locked in that case, and there would have been complete chaos. Oh, I wouldn't say so. What? Ah, of course. Just like us, all the other passengers would have eaten their evening meal of chicken in their cabins, and after which they would have been overwhelmed by tiredness because of the sleeping drug. Quite, and accordingly, all passengers were already in their cabins for the night. Yes! The overwhelming majority of passengers would habitually sleep with their cabin doors bolted anyway, and so not one of them would have found it remarkable to find it locked in the morning. In summary, in order to fasten the bolt of a single cabin door on the ship, the culprit brought the entire vessel to an emergency stop in the early hours of the morning. And they wouldn't have needed the alarm probably to do it just because they are all in on it together, you know? You have talked a long time and said many things. What is point? The point is what I said earlier. There is somebody else present on the scene when the victim lost his life last night. Someone who left a message in Russian on the floor in an attempt to incriminate another. Someone who tried desperately to hide the broken fragments of glass that would reveal the culprit's identity. And someone who abused the ship's emergency stop procedure in order to lock a door. All told, a busy night. But I don't know about any of this. I'm just a little girl. Wow. Crazy. You like to speak with your long English words and explain your clever ideas. But I am sailor, and sailors don't listen to long, boring stories. We don't believe. Sailors like me, we trust only what we see with our eyes. A laudable trait. What? I am quite of the same disposition, my good man. Observation to me is everything. My throat hurts from all this reading. Mr. Uno. Oh, yes? Do you hear it? The accusatory cry of guilt on the wind. What? What accusatory cry of guilt? I was elected to lead, not to read. That's a good motto. Sorry, you've lost me. Proof of involvement, man. But you can't hear such a call with your ears. No, you must hear it with your eyes, for observation is the basis of all deduction. What are we talking about? What are you talking about? I don't know. I don't know anymore either. I believe the time has come for one final logic and reasoning spectacular to expose the truth. Okay, I can't, teehee. My throat hurts too much to read out the whole thing right now, so I'm gonna save. Gonna do a silly little save, and we'll come back to it another time. We'll probably end up wrapping up this case, I think, and then we'll start a new one. Probably. I think that would be the next course of action, but I'm not sure. So let's raid out potentially. Which I'm not even sure if I feel like doing that right now. Heads or tails? Heads will raid, tails will just end. Okay, Google. Flip a coin.
It landed on heads.
It landed on heads. What did I say? Heads we raid? I think that's what I said. No raids, they rest up. I know, but I feel bad not reading, you know? Feels like wrong stream etiquette. And it feels awkward just to end a stream without anything. Get off. Damn! No need to be rude about it. Just say rate me, it's fine, it's cool, you know? Okay, wait, I saved, right? Just double checking. Okay. Get your rest, relax, and chill. You need to be ready for me to eat in a bit. Hey! Back, I say. Don't come near me. Do not come near me. I will not crumble. Okay, we'll just end stream then. We'll be back on Friday for stream because Thursday I work because they hate me. But if I'm not too tired on Friday, we'll stream because I'll be working quite late and getting home quite late, so. Actually, no. Thursday I work until 10, so that's actually not bad. 10 p.m. I can get plenty of sleep off that. What the? Okay, but thank you guys so much for watching then. In that case, I'll hydrate after stream, but I'll refund you just for now because I don't have water on me. Thank you for the head pats too. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you're ready for the rest of October because until I find a better costume, we'll be bread. This might just be it. Who knows? Maybe I might find another costume, wear it for the rest of October, and then on Halloween I'll change it up or something like that. Or like near Halloween, or the last stream of October, I'll bring back the bread. Who knows? But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys in the next stream. Goodbye!